Should I lose weight first and then build muscle? Or should I build muscle first and then lose fat? Neither. We've been told for years that fat loss requires a caloric deficit and muscle gain requires a caloric surplus. So how can both happen at the same time? Now this sounds almost too good to be true because there's something called body recomposition. Body recomposition is the process of losing fat while simultaneously building or maintaining muscle mass. Today, I am going to break down the science behind body recomposition, the biggest mistakes people make, and how you can set yourself up to achieve it. Who does body recomposition work best for? There are 4 groups that typically see the best results. Number 1. One of the most common questions that I get is this: should I lose weight first and then build muscle? Or should I build muscle first and then lose fat? And my answer is often this: maybe neither. Because there's something called body recomposition. Body recomposition is the process of losing fat while simultaneously building or maintaining muscle mass. We've been told for years that fat loss requires a caloric deficit and muscle gain requires a caloric surplus. So how can both happen at the same time? Today, I am going to break down the science behind body recomposition, who it works best for, the biggest mistakes people make, and exactly how you can set yourself up to achieve it. And if there's one thing that I want you to remember from this episode, it's going to be this: body recomposition is not a hack. It's the result of getting fundamentals right for a long enough period of time. Let's get into it. What is body recomposition? Let's start with a simple definition. Body recomposition means improving your body composition. Not simply losing weight, not simply gaining weight, improving the ratio of fat mass to lean mass. Here's an example. Person A weighs 80 kilograms and has 30% body fat. Person B also weighs 80 kilograms but has 18% body fat. Same body weight, completely different physique. This is why the scale often lies. Many people are obsessed with losing kilograms when what they really want to do is lose fat, build muscle, and look, feel, and perform better. Body recomposition shifts the focus away from weight loss and towards body composition. And in my opinion, that's a much healthier way to think about fitness. And why are people getting confused? Most people think fitness only has 2 modes. Mode number 1, eat less and lose weight. Mode number 2, eat more and gain muscle. The reality is more nuanced. Your body is constantly adapting. If you provide the right training stimulus, eat enough protein, give it sufficient recovery, and appropriate caloric intake, your body can use stored energy from body fat while simultaneously building or preserving muscle tissue. And that's why body recomposition is highly possible. Not easy, not instant, but absolutely possible. Now, who does body recomposition work best for? There are 4 groups that typically see the best results. Number 1, beginners. If you've never trained properly before, your body is highly responsive. Almost everything works. Your body is adapting to a completely new stimulus, which makes muscle gain and fat loss happen relatively quickly. Number 2, people returning after a break. Maybe you trained seriously a few years ago and then life happened, work happened, kids happened, and now you are back. The good news is that muscle memory is real. Your body can regain lost muscle much faster than it built it the first time. Number 3, people carrying higher levels of body fat. Stored body fat is essentially stored energy. When training and nutrition are in place, the body can use some of this stored energy while supporting muscle growth. Number 4, people who dramatically improve their habits. Someone who goes from poor sleep, low protein intake, inconsistent training to regular strength training, adequate protein, and better recovery. They can often experience significant body recomposition without dramatic changes in their body weight. Now, who finds it harder? The leaner and the more trained you become, the harder body recomposition gets. If you've been strength training consistently for years, if you're already relatively lean, if you're already carrying a good amount of muscle, progress naturally slows down. At that stage, dedicated phases of muscle gain and fat loss often become more effective. Body recomposition is still possible. It just requires more precision and more patience. Alright, let's talk about the 4 pillars of body recomposition now. Let's get practical. There are 4 things that matter the most. Pillar 1, strength training. If I could only give one recommendation for body recomposition, it's going to be this: lift weights. Muscle is built because the body receives a signal. That signal is resistance training. Walking is great, running is great, cycling is great. But if your goal is body recomposition, strength training is non-negotiable. Now, here is an important concept that you need to understand: progressive overload. Progressive overload simply means asking your body to do a little more over time. That could mean lifting slightly heavier weights, doing an extra repetition, doing an extra set, improving technique, or reducing your rest periods. If you lift the same weight for the same number of reps month after month, your body really has no reason to adapt, right? The body only changes when the demand placed upon it increases. The good news is that you don't need massive jumps. You simply need to become slightly better over a period of time. A little stronger this month than last month. That is progressive overload. Now, the second pillar is protein. Protein is arguably the most important nutrient for body recomposition. You need to consume between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, every day, not just on your training days. Protein will help you build muscle, preserve muscle during fat loss, improve recovery, and increase satiety. Think of protein as the raw material your body needs to build and maintain lean tissue. Now, here's the reality: many people know that they need more protein, but they struggle to make the jump. If you're currently consuming very little protein, don't try to become perfect overnight. Start small. Increase your intake by roughly 10% each month until you comfortably start hitting your target. Over the course of a year, those small improvements compound into a completely different eating pattern. And you know what? Sustainable changes beat aggressive changes every single time. All right, here is the third pillar: calories. Calories still matter. You can eat healthy food and still eat too much. You can eat healthy food and still eat too little. The goal is finding the right amount. A useful concept here is TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. This is the total number of calories your body burns in a day. Your TDEE is made up of four things. Number one, resting metabolism. Simply the number of calories your body burns at rest. Second, your daily movement outside of exercise, also known as non-exercise activity thermogenesis, NEAT. This is where tracking your steps becomes important, and it becomes important to play with your kids or take your pets out for a walk. Number three, exercise. And I mean purposeful exercise, like a training session at a gym or an outdoor run, for example. And finally, the energy required to digest food, also known as the thermic effect of food. All of this put together is your TDEE, basically your maintenance calories, the number of calories required to maintain your current body weight. There are plenty of free online calculators that can help estimate your TDEE. It's not perfectly accurate, but it's a good starting point. Once you know your approximate maintenance calories, aim for a modest caloric deficit, typically around 10 to 15% below maintenance. For example, if your maintenance calories are 2,500 calories per day, a deficit of roughly 250 to 375 calories is usually enough. Why should you not create a much bigger deficit? Because bigger deficits often lead to poorer recovery, reduced performance, increased hunger, and a greater risk of muscle loss. Remember, the goal is not simply to lose weight. The goal is to lose fat while preserving or building muscle. And that requires balance. Pillar 4, recovery. This is the most underappreciated pillar in fitness. People think results come from training. The truth is that results come from adaptation. And adaptation happens during recovery. You don't get stronger during a workout. You get stronger after the workout. Recovery starts with your sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. But recovery is much bigger than sleep. It also includes mobility work. A few minutes every day can improve movement quality, joint health, and training longevity. Recovery also includes intelligent program design. Every workout shouldn't feel like a competition. Every session shouldn't leave you exhausted. Good programs include variation in intensity. Some days are hard, some days are moderate, some days are easy, and easy days are incredibly important. Many people think easy days are wasted days. They are not. Easy days help you absorb hard training. A recovery run, a walk, mobility work, zone 2 cardio, they are all a part of the process. The athletes who train hard for years are usually the athletes who recover well for years. All right, let's address the biggest myths about body recomposition. Myth number one, the scale must go down. No, not necessarily. You could lose fat while gaining muscle. Your body weight may barely change, yet your physique, strength, and health may improve dramatically. The scale only tells you how much you weigh, it doesn't tell you what you're made of. Myth number two, cardio is the best fat loss tool. Cardio is incredibly valuable. It's great for cardiovascular health. It's great for endurance. It's great for improving work capacity. And yes, it helps burn calories. But for body recomposition specifically, cardio should support resistance training, not replace it. Think of cardio as supporting the process. Think of strength training as driving the process. Myth number three, more exercise equals better results. More is not always better. Better is better. I've seen people doing 2 workouts a day while sleeping 5 hours a night and eating poorly. The body doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards adaptation, and adaptation requires recovery. Myth number 4, fasted cardio burns more fat. This one refuses to die down. The theory sounds logical. If you exercise before eating, your body should burn more fat. And during that workout, fat utilization may indeed be slightly higher. But when we look at total fat loss over weeks and months, research consistently shows that the difference is negligible when calories and activity levels are matched. So if you enjoy fasted cardio, do it. If you hate fasted cardio, don't do it. The magic is not in whether you have eaten breakfast or not. The magic is in consistency. Now, how should you track progress? One of the biggest reasons people quit body recomposition is because they are measuring the wrong thing. The scale fluctuates constantly. Water retention, sodium intake, glycogen levels, digestion, all of these can influence body weight. So instead of obsessing over daily scale readings, choose one primary metric. My recommendation is progress pictures. Take a front view, side view, and a back view once every 4 weeks. Same lighting, same time of the day, same posture. Because body recomposition is ultimately a physical transformation. Photos capture changes that the scale often misses. If you prefer a more objective metric, track your waist circumferences once a month. Or get a body composition assessment every few months. But whichever metric you choose, stick with that consistently. The best tracking system is the one you'll actually follow. So, can you lose fat and gain muscle at the same time? Yes, especially if you are new to training or returning after a break, maybe carrying excess body fat or significantly improving your habits at the moment. But body recomposition is not a shortcut. It's not a 30-day challenge. It's not a hack. It's what happens when you consistently get the fundamentals right. Strength training, adequate protein, a sensible caloric deficit, and high quality recovery. Do that for long enough and your body starts changing in ways that a scale alone could never capture. And that's why I believe body recomposition is one of the most powerful goals people can pursue. Because the objective is not simply to weigh less. The objective is to become stronger, leaner, healthier, more capable, and ultimately build a body that performs as good as it looks. If you found this episode useful, share it with someone who's trying to lose fat, build muscle, or simply understand how their body works. And let me know in the comments, what are you chasing right now? Weight loss, muscle gain, or body recomposition? I'm going to see you in the next episode.